Alright, and welcome back to episode 2. This is Frostpunk's newest scenario, The Last Autumn, that they just released recently. And let's see, we just left off. Last episode was probably a couple hours before this, maybe at like 11 o'clock or whatever. I left it going at normal speed for a few hours while I finished with that first recording. So you didn't miss anything. Here we're just going through the night. Not really anything to do. We get to sign a new law. Which I would like to quickly check. Yeah, it's day 4. We have 90 hungry. So I think I'm gonna sign hearty meals. Seems like the way to go. And then we build the cookhouse. The moment that we have 20 wood. There it is. And that will get rid of our 90 hungry people. Skeptic, you over here, 2 workers arguing over the reality of the global cooling. Da 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 da. Alright, boys, come on. I want to say mind your work, lads, because who cares? Just mind your work. Here to do work. But the unfortunate part is that these do things. So, the science says it is correct. Don't doubt the science. Motivation will rise slightly because that's what we need right now. We want motivation. We have a shipment of 24 people coming in. We will need more houses. That house there, that house there, that one there. And then I'll probably get the chapel there and there. I'm gonna wait and let these cut a little bit more wood. Hopefully maybe clear the trees. I don't have to remove them with the chapels. They still have some time on the chapel. I got 2 days before I need to build those. Not bad. Sir, an engineer came forward complaining about some people use the bathhouse for sex. Yeah, let's put an end to it. We are not going to do the pleasure house, as that leads down a rabbit hole of STDs and the clap and never-ending cycle of people getting the clap. Even after you disassemble the whorehouse, people still get the clap. It's crazy. Stuff sticks around forever, man. Okay. What do we want to do? Sawmill upgrade. Oh, I could have got this working sooner. I forgot about it. Yeah, well. Cooking meals for people. Build that there, and then we'll get a public house, probably right there. We'll get a care house in here. So we'll just fast forward through the night again. Again, nothing that we can really do. This, we will eventually do comfortable quarters. Like, you'll see in this playthrough, we're going to do everything we can to keep people happy, which is in technically the hard way to do it because you have to pay extra. Like, comfortable quarters, I have to make extra houses because I'm losing -2 people per house, or tents, whatever you want to call them. Hearty meals takes more to more rations per meal. Um, and then sustain life, whatever, care house. I'll probably do overcrowding, honestly, instead of extra rations, just because the extra rations, like, it's kind of unnecessary when you can really just, like, an infirmary will house 20 people with overcrowding. It only takes 5 engineers for, that's a lot of people, and the infirmary's just so fast. I mean, it won't get an infirmary till really late game. You won't really even need it. It'll just be for emergencies, but even just medical posts, you'd be fine. Extra rations, just like, yeah, I could do it because we're gonna have a ton of food kicking around, but whatever. This one won't get signed for a while. It'll be up in the air. We'll see. So right now we're just gonna do care house because we're going for the motivation boost. So I have a day and 12 hours on the chapel. Just gonna fast forward through the night again. Yeah, imagine that. People got sick over the night. That's why we built the medical post. Get those people in there. I mean, you can't avoid the sickness forever. Like, eventually people are going to get sick. It's just programmed into the game. But those first 4 days or so, you can generally avoid it. I mean, unless you get really unlucky and it just happens, like, even if you have tents up and everyone has a house, no one homeless over the night, people still get sick. Like, that's just super bad RNG. It can happen. But getting those tents up right away, it makes it very less likely to happen, and then you can have that first 4 days with not needing this, and you can focus on building other stuff. Probably could have built the cookhouse a little sooner, a day earlier than I did, honestly. This will be fine. I'll get away with it here because now they'll start to cook, and these people will eat, and they'll be fine. And they will have been hungry and maybe give me a little bit of discontent, but it's not that big a deal. It will go down. No harm, no foul. Just letting this go, trying to let this clear out as much of the wood as possible before we kill a couple of those trees. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we only kill the one on this side. Let's see. I'm building a destroy source. Resources, yeah. I think it gets rid of that tree on the corner there. But on this side, I get rid of 2 trees. Get rid of this one here and this one here. I build there, so it's like, yeah, if anything, I'm building this one first. Just to complete the promise and get the motivation. I want to see how much I actually lose. 396. Okay, so I gave up like 70 wood for the chapel. It's not a big deal. There's so many trees around here, honestly, that we can harvest, and then eventually we will transfer to a dock that's bringing in wood, so. But that'll be much, much later. That has nothing left to gather, so we'll get rid of it. Gonna get this fishing harbor. All of those rations are cooked, so everybody will be fed for a day or two. This is so unnecessary. Like, you could do either one, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna censor the letter. Like, the only thing this is gonna... If I didn't censor the letter, the next letter says that his daughter's, super ill, um, and, you know, he wants to go back. You gotta let him go home. And if we let him go home, we lose one worker, and then he'll write back saying his daughter died, but everyone's a little happier because we let him go. We made the morally right decision, whatever. Um, and so it's so little. It's like whatever, a little bit less discontent or something like that. But right now we want motivation up, so we don't really want to. Sorry, we're gonna have to censor it. Just take discontent because we don't want the negative motivation. And I just don't want to let that worker go, so we'll just put an end to it. The only thing that's going to change is now that I've censored something at the end screen when I win, it will say censorship was used, you know, in the whole little story that it gives you. It's not that big a deal in the long run. Let's see, that's still going, that's going. Building the chapel. Chapel's basically done. What can I get for workers? 20 more workers. I'm just gonna order 20 workers, yep. I don't really need... I'd like to get a third workshop up, but I don't really need it right now. Another motivation boost. Ooh, we got rid of one of the trees there. Oh, it doesn't... That was the only tree blocking it, so now I can build that without getting rid of any of the wood. Perfect. That's what we wanted. Then I can sign comfortable quarters. Really? There we go. Then we'll sign comfortable quarters for everybody, and there'll be enough housing, because that'll make each one of these holds 10 people. But then with comfortable quarters, it'll only be able to hold 8 people. So we'll need the extra tents, but we'll get a massive permanent boost in motivation, which is pretty sizable. There we go. And now that's a permanent boost. Well, I can't see it right now for some reason. Because of all of these. Makes sense. There we go. Oh, had it there. I just see there. Current effect. Daily loss is noticeable. Temporary modifiers. Okay, well it hasn't not on there yet for some reason, but it will be. Maybe it takes effect the next day. I don't know. Not sure when it updates, but eventually it'll. Well, we lost a lot less motivation. Which is what we're going for. Because that daily loss is going to ramp up to a very large amount. I'm going to pause the game again. Just make sure everything's good. That has 186, has 191, so it'll keep going for a little while. Shipment of 20 workers is coming in soon. This fishing harbor is... It'll finish actually very early. At 10 o'clock, so we can get a bill. It probably doesn't get anything actually fished today. Like, it won't be built in time. It takes the workers so long to walk out here. Build it here. I almost want to build it here, but then I want to build... It doesn't matter, I'm building it here. Building it here because I just have a night... Like, I prefer having another dock here. Another dock here. And this just harbor over here out of the way where I never even look at it, because once it's an advanced harbor and with the finer mesh, you never... And it's running 24 hours, you never even have to look at it ever again. It's whatever, it's boom, doom. Done, it's doing its thing. So we got 3 days left on basic facilities, so we're doing fine on that. Gonna get the reloading station because I want to get... I'll get these people on here now. I should have got them on there a little sooner. Just to replenish that steel, because I want to have enough steel to actually build the reloading station when it finishes. Because the reloading station is basically like, it's like 2.5, I think it's like 2.5 gathering posts in one. It only takes 10 people to work it, but it's the efficiency of like 2.5 gathering posts, something like that. Okay. Fast forward a little bit. Nothing really to do. Waiting on technology and laws and transports. Transport has arrived. I actually want to quickly check. Ah, we have 10 more open beds. Because 20 of them are in the care house, which are for gravely ill people. So we have 10 that are in tents. Alright, this one I'm going to make a decision. Yeah, my workers they're right there. Let's start building this. We have 3 hours, 2.5, before the end of the workday, so they're never going to actually fish anything for this. To actually make use of, I mean, I could sign that evening service right now and then use it, and it'll cost 20 rations, giving me a slight motivation boost. That won't do anything for me in the long run. I'm just going to lose that exact boost, probably about the same amount, 10%, the next morning, because I haven't improved the daily gain. So, the right decision, I think, is public house.
Rules and regulations have changed.
Which I need 10 steel for. Lovely. 7 of them are going to build. Of course. 64 employees available, but 7 of them are going to build. 9 of them are going to eat. Can I get the, like, other 40 that are not currently doing something? Nope. Alright. Well played. Well played. 11-bit studios. Well played. I guess not. They just said, no. No, you can't. You're gonna get the ones that are busy, and that's it. They're the only ones. I'm gonna work on that. So there's no point in wasting the 10 steel on that reloading station today. When I can get use out of the public house tonight. I can't get use out of that. reloading station tonight. I might. It's gonna be close getting that. I'll get a little bit of use out of this tonight. I mean, I'll get the immediate use of the motivation for the promise and whatever, but it'll be open till 23:30, so I'll get some use out of it. Unlike the reloading station, I would not be able to open until 8 o'clock the next morning. 0800 hours, whatever you want to call it, sorry. But yeah. We got one sick overnight, that's fine. Put the fishing harbor up and running. Actually, yeah, I need it running. That'll finish the mission, the basic facilities, and start the next part. But we'll be 2 days ahead of schedule on it, so it's fine. The next thing I need will be profiles manufacturer and ventilation plant, as it'll be very important to get these ventilation plants built ahead of my construction projects, because you want to keep your construction projects safe. Almost not all times, but there's very key moments, like around like 40% progress and stuff like that, where you'll need it to be safe. Otherwise, a scripted event will happen and you won't be able to choose the best option, and your only option will be the one that causes like 10 amputees. You can't like not have them be amputees, even if you have infirmaries and stuff. And then you get a bunch of sick and gravely ill. So you want to stay safe and be out ahead of it, so you can choose the best option that makes no damage to the generator, no loss in progress to the current construction project you're working on, and everybody gets away with just being a little sick. Like you'll only get like 5, maybe 10 sick people that your medical posts can handle. You won't even need an infirmary to deal with it. It's much, much better that way. I'm just waiting on a bit of steel here. Yes, generator shaft, but we are 2 days ahead of schedule. Which is good, because we're not quite done with the economy. We're actually going to assign repatriation of bodies.
Company rules are in place.
Oh my god, has that not been... Hold. I really hope that when I took the 5 people out of there, it just automatically switched back to... I gotta test that. Does it? No, it... So when I signed Hearty Meals way back, it didn't... Why does the game sometimes automatically switch to Hearty Meals, and sometimes it doesn't? I was expecting it to just automatically swap to... it's so unfortunate. I haven't been gaining the motivation bonus. I probably would have already had the 30% efficiency, been past that threshold. That's so unfortunate. Okay, we don't have enough steel. The research is going to be sitting idle for a day, it seems, while I build this reloading station, which not the end of the world. Since we're ahead of schedule, it's not too big a deal. Right now, I'd just be researching the profile manufacturer and then ventilation plant.
Shift's over. Stow your tools.
Alright, this is storage near capacity. Ah, it's got 22 wood left to get. Like, I guess I'll just let it finish. This one's storage near capacity. Yeah, but I can't build anything, so I don't have any, oh, I can build the morgue. I'm gonna build... I was gonna build the morgue right there. That was... like that spot. Actually, not gonna let that finish, because I'm gonna get rid of this and build a morgue. It's 22 wood, like, whatever. I don't care about that. Oh, wait a minute, and I also want to order 5 of those and 15 of those. Order that shipment. And then I'm going to put a morgue in right there. That works for me. And that, with the completion of that morgue, it might put me where I want to be. We'll see. Then with that, there it is. Oh, so close. See though, with the hearty meals and people eating tomorrow, it might rise up. Chance, we'll see. Depends on the loss. The loss is noticeable, so we do lose stone each day, I think. Then when these come in, we can get another workshop. We can get our third workshop going with those 5 engineers, and we'll have another 15 workers. Because we're going to need these workers for these projects in the center, which require a crazy amount of people to do. But alright, that seems to be all the time I have for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in episode 3.